Guys, this is Spade, and he's had some pretty good training sessions this week. This is his first week here. This is Sunday. I try to give everybody kind of a light day on Sunday because that's, after all, that's what God said. Actually, God said you're not supposed to do nothing on Sunday, but my drive and my patience won't abide that. I try hard, but I can't be still enough to acknowledge that end of it. This is his first, or will be his first time to just throw a saddle on him and go. I'm not going to drive him or anything. That does not mean that his driving is done and over. That just means that we're going to try to softly get on him and ride him in the pen a little bit. We're going to ride him outside for his first time. Yeah, I think this will be Spade's first time outside, maybe first or second time outside. I don't have to go back and look. But calm, cool, quiet, collected, easy, no big hurry, and just you can kind of see he's kind of sleepy. He got to work pretty hard yesterday. We're just going to try to enjoy this ride and give him a light one, and then we'll continue back on with the driving and turning and stopping and handling tomorrow and throughout next week. So let's see what happens, guys. We're just going to get on him and go. How about that? Come on, son. He's still a little green about leading with that bridle, so we'll have to help him with that. Oh, Mr. Spade. All else fails, stop and sniff, clean up your nose, and pull your britches up and get on, right? Now, if we have begun our foundation correctly, this colt should walk off without issue. Should. And I test myself consistently just to see for sure everything's the way it ought to be. Yeah, that's what we want. Good boy. Quiet, calm, cool, collected. Now, does that mean that he's not going to spook or booger? No. He's a baby. He's going to. If he didn't, there'd be something wrong with him. We're going to get a feel for the way he rides around the pen. Help him kind of relax. Just walk. Like my brother says, Grandpa riding. Teach him to ride like an old man. Grandpa riding. That's what my brother calls it. Pawpaw riding. Calm, cool, collected. No big hurry. And again, if I get in a hurry, I get tensed up or stressed, he's going to get tensed up and stressed. So I'm going to keep everything calm, cool, collected, and as quiet as humanly possible. Okay? Look at him cross over, going to the left. What a good boy he is. We worked on that hardcore yesterday. Let's see if he can cross over going to the right. Look at him cross over going to the right. That is very good. This colt is learning. That's what we want. That's progression. Now we know he's kind of paying attention to us. He's kind of listening. He's still kind of sleepy. We're going to ride up here at this gate. Again, this will be his first or second ride outside. I don't remember just which. Anyway, first or second ride always kind of go the same. You just kind of keep relaxed and watch your colt and go from there. I mean, that's all there is to it. If you get nervous, your horse gonna get nervous. If I'm looking for a wreck and expecting a wreck, I'm gonna get one. If I'm looking for him to ride off like an older horse, like he knows what he's doing, more than likely he's going to. But that does not mean in the back of my mind I'm watching his head and his ears the whole time to be for sure that he's going to keep continuing to be riding that way, right? any given time, he may spook from this, spook from that. I'll have to be ready. Hope and pray that he don't, but if he does, I will react to it accordingly. At no time will I go to spanking or thumping on him for spooking or looking or boogering. If he does spook pretty bad, wants to jump really away from something, I'll try my best to ride him to it and pet him. Help him realize there's no monsters out here other than the monsters in his own mind. And that said, guys, I have to leave you with a question before I ride out of the barn. We'll get a video of him going away from the barn for you guys with me on him also. But my question is, how many times in your life do you see fear and a fire and a big monster coming? You get all scared to death and worried and fretting and, oh my goodness, how'd I handle this, how'd I do that, and just terrified. And then when that situation finally hits, it was no big thing. Or maybe it wasn't not even a quarter as big as what you thought it was going to be, or not even going to be as bad as what you thought it would be. Guys, that's God, right? Satan blows out great big monsters, makes everything look evil and bad. Even so much so to Peter that when Peter looked off at the waves and everything, Peter sank in the middle of the storm. When if he'd have kept looking at Christ, he'd have walked all the way to the Lord on the water. Instantly, Jesus reached and got him when he cried out, "God save me." God reached and got him, though the master was far off from him, standing in the water. The instant Peter cried out, "God save me," instantly, right then, God closed the space and the time, caught him, picked him back up, and put him back in the boat and said, "O ye of little faith." Guys, did you know that God told you 365 times in his word to fear not? Shucks, that's one time for every day. So I'm going out this pen and I'm going to do my best to fear not. Let's see what happens. Come on, Spade. Let's go play, buddy. Come on, Spade. He's like, "I'm tired, Dad." Man, good boy. Oh, bud. Man, I see that pretty sunshine. Feel that pretty sunshine, that warm temperature. Spring is on its way. Praise the Lord. Come on, we are ready for green grass. Problem is the fly season goes with it. We can live without the flies, but oh well. Here we go, guys. Let's see what happens.